Former President Donald Trump has issued sharp warnings to the BRICS nations, demanding they refrain from challenging the dominance of the U.S. dollar. Trump vowed unwavering protection of the dollar's role as the global reserve currency, asserting that any effort to undermine it would result in severe economic consequences, including tariffs as high as 100% and a complete market exclusion for offending nations. Last year, he targeted BRICS directly, dismissing their ambitions to dethrone the dollar in global trade. Recently, in a pointed social media post, Trump doubled down on these threats, signaling the U.S. quote, "S willingness to use economic warfare to preserve the dollar's supremacy." Despite Trump's threats, BRICS nations are methodically pursuing frameworks to reduce reliance on the dollar. Brazil, under its BRICS presidency, is pushing economic reforms centered on local currency payments. Notably, the PIX instant payment platform, introduced in Brazil in 2020, has revolutionized digital transactions domestically, replacing traditional payment methods. Brazil now aims to use this experience to develop an international payment mechanism that bypasses the dollar. Collaboration with Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay further demonstrates Brazil's commitment to settling trade directly in local currencies. The growing BRICS coalition, which now includes Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, reflects a broader geopolitical shift. These nations are striving to build a multipolar financial system resilient to the external pressures of dollar reliance. Could this be the dawn of a new economic era? The U.S. dollar's dominance dates back to the 1944 Bretton Woods Agreement, establishing it as the pillar of the global financial system. Pegged to gold, the dollar created stability in trade and underscored U.S. economic leadership. However, this dominance has faced strain since 1971, after the Nixon administration dissolved dollar convertibility to gold. Nevertheless, the petrodollar system of the 1970s and a robust financial environment have kept the dollar at the zenith of global trade. Today, rising BRICS initiatives pose a legitimate threat to this legacy. A shift away from the dollar could lead to fallout for the U.S., reduced demand for treasury bonds, higher borrowing costs, and diminished geopolitical leverage. That pressing question: are the cracks in dollar dominance widening beyond repair? Several BRICS nations are actualizing the move toward de-dollarization. China and Brazil, the bloc's economic powerhouses, introduced bilateral trade agreements in their respective currencies in 2023. By eliminating the intermediary role of the dollar, they've reduced fees and exchange rate volatility in trading relationships that exceeded $150 billion in 2022. Similarly, Iran and Russia, countries facing Western sanctions, have circumvented the SWIFT financial network by linking their national payment systems, allowing seamless bank card acceptance and transaction transparency without U.S. interference. The trend is expanding. South Africa signed agreements to settle imports in Chinese yuan in 2023, avoiding dollar dependency while fostering regional market liquidity. Though such initiatives may seem incremental, they represent a powerful collective counterweight to the dollar's traditional dominance. Perhaps the BRICS bloc's most visionary move lies in its payment innovations. The BRICS Pay system, set up in 2018, integrates national payment networks, such as Russia's MIR and India's UPI, via blockchain technology for cross-border transactions in local currencies. This blockchain-backed structure ensures secure, efficient, and real-time settlements, removing the need for centralized intermediaries like SWIFT. Scalability and interoperability allow it to expand while complying with each nation's regulations, offering a credible decentralized alternative to dollar-based trade. This initiative's ultimate goal is bold: dismantle the dollar's grip on international payments while fostering financial independence for BRICS nations. Through BRICS Pay, the group aims to fundamentally reshape the global financial order, challenging Western hegemony with a resilient and self-reliant system. Another pillar of BRICS' strategy to counter dollar dependence has been the active accumulation of gold reserves. By mid-2024, BRICS collectively held over 6,200 tons of gold, dominating 21.4% of global reserves. Russia and China lead in their holdings, while Brazil has nearly tripled its reserves since 2018. Diversified gold stocks not only give BRICS nations leverage against economic sanctions, but also reinforce their push for financial sovereignty in a volatile world. This growing stockpile exemplifies a shared vision: secure autonomy from dollar-related vulnerabilities. Combined with integrated payment systems, BRICS nations are clearly outlining their roadmap toward financial resilience. The implications of the BRICS-led de-dollarization efforts are profound. For decades, the dollar's dominance ensured geopolitical sway for the U.S., anchoring its position as the heart of international trade. But these emerging economic frameworks represent a direct challenge to this status quo. If successful, BRICS could erode much of the dollar's influence, forcing sweeping adjustments in U.S. economic policy. Geopolitics enthusiasts and policymakers alike now grapple with deeper questions. Can the BRICS nations genuinely spearhead a multipolar financial order? Or will the entrenched system of dollar-based trade find ways to outmaneuver these advances? Is this merely an experiment, or are we witnessing the start of a seismic shift in the global financial hierarchy? The answers are unfolding. What remains clear is that the global economy is entering uncharted territory, with unprecedented uncertainties about how power will be distributed in an increasingly fragmented landscape. Join the conversation. What's your take on this evolving global dynamic? Don't forget to leave a comment, give this video a like, and subscribe. See you soon.